So your question is, I do run a business which trains in bakery, cookery, etc. But my students, when they are done, they go into the business, but attracting customers, especially digitally, is a challenge. So I want to provide, or I started providing digital marketing training so that they are also empowered that way. To me, that is the best way to monetize. The only problem is that most people struggle to create new line of businesses if they've not appreciated the concept of creating new line of business. The good thing, you are doing a knowledge-based business, and I'm going to share with you how to create different products in a knowledge-based business that becomes a chain of value creation, which gives you ultimately wealth in your business or revenue. So the first thing you have to understand is that when you're working with someone, you're taking them through steps. So in knowledge-based business, don't think about solving a problem as the final solution. Always remember that when you solve one problem, you have created another. If you provide someone a car, they need fuel. If you provide fuel, they need servicing. The same concept works in knowledge-based business. So you monetize step 1, you sell step 2, and sell step 3. Now, what we usually teach you is, 1, to first understand, after you get the idea, the knowledge business idea that you're going to sell. Here, we have training in cookery, bakery, and etc. But at the same time, you want to introduce a program in digital marketing. You feel like they're not connected, and so you're struggling to bring this together. So, number 1, you have to appreciate. When you're creating products, you have to appreciate the forms and types of products. Now, these are usually in levels. There are 3 major categories of products you have to sell in a knowledge-based business. I was telling you, there are 3 major types of products you'd sell in a knowledge-based business. Number 1, we have what we call a core product. Now, a core product is what you are doing. You are offering a training program in cooking, bakery, what was the other thing? Juicing, etc. So that is a core product. Then the second level product you provide is what we call an ascension product. I'm going to tell you ascension product. I'm going to tell you these 3 different products, and then I will share with you the difference and how they work together, but also relating to the pricing. Ascension product, these are usually premium products. How do you get people to buy step 2? This is when you increase price, increase cost, or introduce another program that increases more money. Now, this is vertical. This is vertical, right? But we also have what we call a retention product. Now, this is usually a member-based product where people pay membership or community subscription fees. If someone buys your core product, take that as step 1. So there are 3 models you can use. The model which is a ladder, that one, from the very beginning, you create an offer in training baristas. Not so? But step 2, you do not call this training baristas, you say training barista business. If at the beginning the core product does not connect with the second ascension product, I am not buying it. If you train me just to be a barista, you have trained me to be a worker in a restaurant. So there's no way you're going to share with me another product called digital marketing. So meaning, from the very beginning, you share with someone that for mastery of barista, it is best you consider business in baristering, business in baking. And step number 1 is to acquire the skills. in barista, in juicing, in baking. And for that reason, this program is giving you the necessary skills. Then there's a second program that is specifically for people who want to master in business for baristering. And one of the things, the major things we teach you is digital business, where we teach you digital marketing and sales and the fundamentals of marketing and business. So meaning, from the very onset, as you structure your program, it is preparing someone that is a step 2. So when I want to stop at being an employee, I'll stop here. But the moment I want to go higher, I will have to do the business part of it, the level part. Then maybe you create another program, which now could be scaling your barista business. How do you scale your business from just your locality to national to regional? And you provide a business there. Meaning, you can provide this program at $100, you provide this program at $300, you provide this at $5,000. But it must have been set from the onset. The other model is to use the intersection. So this is barista, this is digital marketing. Where do they meet from? You sell that. In our program, when we get to consolidate your genius, we teach you also what we call packs. Now under packs, we look at packaging. How do you package together your offer to make meaning? Pricing is about value. Product is about delivery. But when it comes to packaging, it's about meaning. Someone making meaning from the product you're selling. Now, the biggest problem people have, you look at your services as a service. You must get to a point where you turn your service into a product. That as you sell it, you know you're selling a product. Now, when you package this, which I'm not going to go into details, we also look at what we call stacks. Now, stacks is what we call cross-selling. And then we also look at what we call upselling. So, to answer your question, I'm going to pay more attention to these two. Now, cross-selling is when you sell things together with others. Now, usually that is horizontal. Sometimes, let's say, give me the name of your co-op program. So let's say juicing masterclass, right? We've called it your generic name. Now, this juicing masterclass is your core product. You could, along with it, provide templates. Maybe templates on creating and preparing for juicing. Maybe a recipe book, guidebook. Maybe you provide, for business purposes, book of records, something. Maybe a budgeting template, right? So how do you budget for how much you're going to earn and how do you budget, how do you calculate profits? So anything that will help someone, both you and them, solve their challenges so that they just don't learn the skill, but at the end they know, I've mastered this. This, you're cross-selling or you are stacking. What does this mean? You can put them together for free. Why? They boost your sales when someone says, hey, this program gives me all this. It has solved my whole problems, right? But at the same time, they can come as add-ons. Have you bought a phone and they tell you also buy the earpieces? That's what they call an add-on. Usually the add-ons are not higher price. It is vertical, either same price or lower price. How do you stack things together? It could be masterclass written on juicing, and it's 50,000. Everything in the program is in the book. Now, the rest could be free. They come as an offer. And this one is an add-on. That's what we call cross-selling and stacking. Now, here's the thing. We also have what we call upselling. Now, upselling is vertical, making more money. It's what I talked about. Now, you sell a program or something which is of higher price than your initial offer. Now that means you must make sure you sell it to a person who's ready. Because if they're not ready, they wonder why they took your program. But you also must make sure that the value you're going to deliver at the end of is tangible. Is tangible. So cross-selling here is when we offer something to get a premium price. We solve a bigger problem, or we solve the next level. We take you to the next level. We first offered you some transformation. You're now good at juicing. Now the next level is make money from it. And the first thing you have to do is digital.